So today Alan is planting some sweet potatoes, or getting some sweet potatoes started to make sweet potato slips. So we had some potatoes left over from last year, and he is using them to get some slips started to make new plants for this year. So he's done two methods today. This is the one we traditionally use. This is the one my grandma taught me. Did your parents do sweet potatoes? No? Okay.
Do sweet potatoes.
So this is the method that has been passed down from my grandparents to me. You just take the sweet potatoes that are left over, or even ones that you can get at the grocery store. You put some toothpicks in the sides to hold them up on top, so they're not down in the bottom of the jar, and on either side there. And then you put them pointy side down or root side down into the water. And I can't remember how long it typically takes, probably a couple of weeks, and you'll start to see some sprouts coming up off of those. So here Alan has already done a couple of jars like that one that you just saw him doing. These two right here. These are ones that had the eyes already growing. They already had the slips growing off of them. And so he's put them into water, and they should start to root here at the bottom. In fact, some of them already have some little feeler roots coming off of them. It looks like they were looking for something to grow off of. Because it's just like a potato, like when you cut the potato eyes and you put the potatoes in the ground, those will start to grow and feed off of that potato. Sweet potatoes obviously are the same way. So these are actually look like roots, but these are actually the slips, and they look like this. They're not green and vibrant because they were in our pantry. They didn't have access to, the soil and the sunlight. But if you look, these are actually the plants, and you can see the leaves trying to form on the end here, budding out. So, in fact, you can see it really well. There's a little leaf right there. So this is what they look like when you pull them. When your potatoes start to develop eyes, or start to develop the plants off the eyes. This is what they look like. They look like roots where they don't have access to the sunlight, but those are actually the plants. So he's got some started like this, just in water so that they can root, and those can go directly in the soil then. And then these are going to, these already have some, and these will green up, and we will pluck these off once they get so big and put them in water, just like you see these are here. And then once they developed roots on the base of each plant, then they can be put to the ground when the weather is warm enough for them. So this is a new method that we've never tried before, but Alan has seen done. He's read about it in books. And I guess this was traditionally used in like a cold frame or a hot box, whatever you want to call it. So what he has done is he's taken just a metal pan here, a big old roasting pan, and he's laid a good old layer of dirt in there. It looks like it's probably about 2.5 inches of dirt in the bottom of that. He has laid his potatoes on top, and he just did that to show the spacing so that he didn't have to dig around the dirt. He just laid all his potatoes on the top. Here's sweet taters, and then he has them, his eyes up, his plants up, and then he's going to go ahead and cover this with another, looks like about an inch and a half of dirt. He's gonna bring the dirt level up to the edge of the pan here, and probably put this out in the greenhouse, and they will start to grow. But you can see there's the plants coming off of there. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them have plants. There we go, plants coming up off of them and trying to leaf out. So this is the first year that we'll try this method this year. I guess we can compare the two and see which works best. Okay, so Alan did these originally on Thursday, and they have been sitting in water on the windowsill here since Thursday. Today is Sunday, and I'm going to show you that you can already see the roots. Here we go, forming on these at the bottom. So these are these are the sprigs that he had taken off of the sweet potatoes that were too big, or the sprigs that were too big, and went ahead and plopped them in water. And then he's got these that we talked about as well. And you can see off of this one, let me see if I can get to focus here. There you go, at the bottom there, you can see the roots starting on the potatoes. So the potatoes will grow roots themselves, and then they will continue to develop these shoots, these plants on top. Seeing a little bit more of the leafing out happening as well on the individual plants. So we are making progress, and you can see from Thursday to Sunday we had warm temperatures on Thursday. Today it is putting the snow down in February here. This one over here we have in the greenhouse in the house right now, and as you can see, not much action, but we do have a smaller sprig back there sort of in the corner, so starting here as well. So here we are on Saturday now. So Alan originally set these up on Thursday, and I did the first follow-up video on Sunday, and now it is the following Saturday. So it's been a little over a week since these were first started, and I just thought I would show you the development once again. So we have got a lot more root development on the sprigs that he put directly into the water, pulled off of the potatoes. And you can see the leaves really starting to green up even on those smaller ones, and really starting to come out on these sprigs. Okay, but tons of root development there. Now that's exactly what we want to see, so that's great. On these, we're seeing a little bit slower start, which it usually is, but you're seeing a lot more roots on the bottom of the sweet potatoes. I don't know. I don't think that there's really anything happening over here quite yet. And we are seeing a little bit of leaf development up top. Let's see if I can get that to focus there. But you can see those leaves starting to form at the tip, kind of coming out into, just from the buds into forming the little leaves. So they're coming right along. And Alan is getting out this other tray that we started, and we are seeing some more development on here. At first it was just the one sprig, and I thought that that was a sprig coming up, but Alan says that that was actually above the soil when he finished planting them. So that was not, but now we are seeing some development. So you've got some here, and it's really starting to green up. You've got another one over here. Little tiny baby one right there. And then we've got a couple over here. Yeah, there's one here. Obviously, there's a little tiny one right here. And there's a whole bunch of them coming up in that grouping right there. Oh, another little tiny one over in the corner here. So this method is also working really well. I'll be interested to see how this works out, you know, as we get closer to planting time. I was hoping to make part of this video me taking the little slips off of here, the little sprouts, and putting them in water. It's not a big to do, it's not difficult, but I just thought it would kind of round out another piece of this video for starting sweet potato slips. But they're not quite ready. I'd like to see a little bit more greening up, a little bit more leaf development on there before I actually take the sprouts off of the potatoes. So we will save that for another video. But there we have it. There's our sweet potato slips started for the year, thanks to Alan. And we are definitely looking forward to it. It's nice to do things like this. You can see the snow on the ground outside the window there. We've been having some cold temps, and it's nice doing things like this. February, March, just kind of gearing up for spring. We are definitely ready for some warmer weather, more sunshine, and to get our hands in the soil. Thanks for watching.